President Obama became the first president in American history to speak at a Planned Parenthood conference. We're going to play portions of that speech along with some comments from a Planned Parenthood employee who is defending the killing of babies after they survive an abortion attempt. Welcome to the program, friend. If you have small children in the room, today would be one of those programs where you would probably want to scoot them out, leave it to your discretion about age-appropriate images of victims. President Obama, as I've already told you, spoke recently, just a couple days ago, at a Planned Parenthood convention, being the first sitting president to do so. He did it in the midst of the Kermit Gosnell trial, the man-standing trial for now 4 counts of murdering babies after they were born alive. Okay, he attempted to abort them, they were born alive, and he brutally murdered them. And third-degree murder charge on one of the mothers whose baby he killed, and she died as well. Planned Parenthood. Obama is speaking at Planned Parenthood. We're going to play some clips from his speech, but before I do, I want you to understand the depth of depravity that Planned Parenthood has. A Planned Parenthood spokeswoman recently testified before the Florida House of Representatives concerning a bill that is working its way through the Florida legislature regarding laws at abortion mills dealing with babies who survive an abortion and are born alive. Listen to this question and to her answer.
It's just really hard for me to even ask you this question because I'm almost in disbelief. If a baby is born on a table as a result of a botched abortion, what would Planned Parenthood want to have happen to that child that's struggling for life? You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We believe that any decision that's made should be left up to the woman, her family, and the physician.
It's up to the doctor and the woman and the family to choose? Well, is this a joke? Ma'am, I meant to kill your child, but here it is instead, alive. What would you like me to do with it? What do you choose? You idiot? I chose to kill the baby 10 hours ago. My choice still stands. If I wanted a live baby, I'd be in a maternity ward. Kill the baby. It's disgusting. Listen to the next question from yet another House member from the Florida legislature.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Along the same lines, you stated that that a baby born on a table as a result of a botched abortion, that decision should be left to the doctor and the family. Is that what you're saying?
It should. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That decision should be between the patient and the healthcare provider.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think that at that point, the patient would be the child struggling on a table. Wouldn't you agree?
You're recognized.
That's a very good question. I really don't know how to answer that.
I don't know how to answer that? Do you understand that she is defending the murder of a baby who is born alive? She can't even bring herself to say that this child now deserves the title of a patient. And now this final question.
What objection could you possibly have to obligate a doctor to transport a child born alive to a hospital where it seems to me they would be most likely to be able to survive?
You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What about those, and I'm just speaking out loud here, what about those situations where it's in a rural healthcare setting, the hospital is 45 minutes, an hour away, that's the closest trauma center, emergency room. There's just some logistical issues involved that we've got some concerns about.
Logistics? An ambulance? We're worried about calling an ambulance? What you have to understand, please hear me. Abortion is murder. Now, here's where, if you've got small children in the room, I suggest that you scoot them out. Kermit Gosnell is on trial for his life. He's facing the death sentence for this very thing. For this very thing. A baby is aborted and then survives. These two babies that you're seeing right now are two of the hundreds of babies that Gosnell murdered after he attempted to murder them by abortion. He tried to abort them, they were born alive, and that larger baby was found in a freezer along with dozens of other children. He was saving their feet in jars like demonic trophies, or I should say trophies inspired by demons. So when I come back, I'm going to start to play clips from President Obama's speech at Planned Parenthood. But you have to understand what Obama is defending. It is from the pit of hell. And for any of you who this horrific Holocaust has touched, there is mercy in God. There is forgiveness with Christ. He shed his blood for you, for me, for all of us, so that we could be forgiven. I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but we must speak up for these victims. And I thank God for this network, for these affiliates who have the courage to say, we will not be collaborators by silence. We will not be collaborators by covering up this Holocaust. We will not be like the Nazi propaganda machine that hid what was happening in Auschwitz and Dachau and the other concentration camps. We will show the truth and let the American people render a verdict that abortion is murder and Obama is the premier child killer in the Western Hemisphere. I'm going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll play clips from his speech. Don't go away.